I'm attempting to watch 1,000 games of football before the end of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I'm going to be ranking every single one to find out which game is the greatest of the season. Today, we are covering another game in the Club World Cup as Mamelodi Sundowns take on Fluminense. After Borussia Dortmund's win over Ulsan Hyundai 1-0 earlier in the day, these two teams played off knowing that the winner of this game would be going through as the second place team in the group. However, Fluminense had the advantage, being that they only had to get a draw from this game to actually be seen through the group, whereas Mamelodi Sundowns needed all 3 points. And to be fair to both teams, this game was very, very tight. There weren't a lot of chances going either way. Definitely not as open as we've seen some of the previous Club World Cup games. And to be honest, I feel like Fluminense really did a good job of shutting this game down. They didn't create a lot, but they prevented Mamelodi Sundowns from actually creating any decent chances. We've seen that this team from South Africa can be fantastic on the break, as proven against Borussia Dortmund. Fluminense themselves are a very strong team, but shut shop for a very, very impressive performance. But would they be able to see out a 0-0 draw? Well, despite Mamelodi Sundowns having 7 shots, 3 shots on target and a big chance created, they weren't able to find the back of the net. Fluminense managing to shut the game out 0-0. And look, while it's a good performance from Fluminense now that they're through to the next stage of the group, obviously as a neutral, this was a really, really bad game to watch. I'll be honest, this is probably I think this might be the worst game of the Club World Cup that I've seen so far. And look, unfortunately, Mamelodi Sundowns don't go through. I would have loved to have seen them go through. They've been highly entertaining for the entirety of the group stage, both against Ulsan Hyundai and against Borussia Dortmund. But unfortunately, their time at the Club World Cup comes to an end. However, they have probably got to be one of my favorite performers of the Club World Cup group stages. So it's tough to see them go. I wish them well in the next edition of the African Champions League. But yeah, they're going home now. Fluminense go through as second place in the group. This now means in the round of 16 that Borussia Dortmund will take on Monterrey from Mexico, and Fluminense will take on Inter Milan. So a couple of big games there. Hopefully Fluminense can cause an upset, though I don't think that it's too likely. Overall, this game was absolutely terrible. Look, Fluminense didn't try to play a fantastic game. They tried to shut shop for a 0-0 draw and they succeeded, but for a neutral, this was a really, really bad watch. For that reason, I'm going to give this game a 1.6.